everybody, it's Tef. How are you doing? Welcome to today's impromptu stream where I'm testing a bunch of things. Hopefully, if all went well, you already saw my first test, or actually you heard it, because I think I figured out how to add background music, and that was the one thing that I had not figured out that I could do with pre-recorded videos that I could not do with a live stream. So, let me know in the chat how the music is. Can you hear it? Is it too loud? Is it not loud enough? Like all that sort of thing. I can't hear the music at all on my end. That's just how it works. Okay, so Sharon, thank you for saying, so you heard the intro music. There should be like really quiet. Oh, never mind. I heard, sorry. So I saw this one from Sarah, this comment. Might take a trip to the Virginia store tomorrow. They're open for Insider Day. All I heard is they're open for Insider Day. I was like, what? It's available already? And I haven't, and then I read the actual rest of the comment, and like, oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense. The music is still playing. Okay, cool. I am glad that you can hear it. I mean, ideally, oh no, don't worry about that, Sarah. Ideally for the music, the idea is to have it, you know, louder at the beginning, and then at the very end, I usually put up an end screen for a few seconds. Just, that's more of, I mean, both of them are kind of a technical thing. I don't want to cut off the beginning and the end of the stream because there's that delay. I'm not very good at telling where the beginning and the end is. So if I have a, like, you know, hey, we're starting in X number of seconds, then it gives me the ability to build in that buffer. But obviously I want the music up louder during that. I'm just not 100% sure about the volumes. So Sharon's saying that it's very faint, not too loud. It is supposed to be pretty faint right now. It should be more of like a ambiance thing, I guess. I mean, it's not all ambiance. I looked through the YouTube music library for creators, and I, you know, took a listen, and I ended up liking the stuff that was labeled as pop. So that's what we're getting. We'll see how it goes. I think I ended up with around 40 minutes worth of music, all considered. I don't know. I didn't actually add it all up. But after that, it should loop. But I'm thinking that that should be plenty, even for streams that go a couple of hours. It shouldn't get very repetitive. Okay, Sarah's asking an excellent question. Anybody know what time Eastern time they start uploading stuff to the site? I have 1 a.m., but I just want to check. I didn't know they had announced a time at all. So I am glad that you have that. 1 a.m. for you is, I believe, 10 p.m. for me, if I have the conversion correct. My hope was that I would go live when they do, when, you know, around the time that that it actually releases, to drool over the planners a little bit and just have some fun before the actual shop with me, because I mean, especially because we don't have an exact time, or at least I don't have an exact time when it's launching. It's very hard to schedule it, and honestly, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do a shop with me at 2 a.m. That is where I draw the line. So, okay, Sarah's saying they used to have a countdown on the site in previous years. Yes. They've also had a couple of years where they've said, oh, it's releasing at like 9 a.m., but it actually releases at like 2 a.m. my time and stuff like that. So luckily, my body is real whacked and likes to not have anything resembling a normal sleep schedule. And so I would, chances are, be up not only at 10 p.m. my time Pacific, but also at 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. my time. I'll be awake at 2 a.m. The release time in the past has varied. I've seen it happen super early in the morning. I've seen it happen 1 a.m. One year, you had to use the links, I think it was actually 2 or 3 years, you had to use the links in the Erin Condren Insider emails. And so I had a video that I had like pre-filmed. I'm like, hey, it's up, here's the link, because there were so many issues with people not getting those emails. So they've had that. They've also had it so that you just have to have the Erin Condren Insider link, and it's not technically like available on the website to purchase. But if you have the link, you could get to the like secret web page or stuff like that. They've also just had it like go live a little early. Or like, you know, you could click the thing on the website and it's not technically released yet, but it says it is. I am looking at the website right now. Let's do a screen share. Yay. Okay, so actually, let me break into what I was saying to just tell you guys. So I told you guys that I was testing adding music to the streams. What I didn't tell you is the other test I'm doing today is I am literally streaming from a completely different program behind the scenes, and that's why I really wanted to do the test today. The music was more like a bonus. So I'm honestly just going to be trying a bunch of stuff out probably as we go. If all goes to plan, you shouldn't see a difference apart from the music, and that's technically hearing a difference. So if all goes to plan, hopefully, I've actually used this program before. I don't want to get too much into the weeds of it, but effectively I was using a modified version of this program, which is supposed to have some nice features for streamers, but it ended up being too cumbersome, and I was having technical issues with it, and it kept crashing, and it kept being slow to launch and needing to update. And of course I was running late for the stream. So when you're there 5 minutes before and it's trying to update, that can make you late. So anyway, this has its own issues, but hopefully it will overall be a lot better. And it's actually funny enough, this streaming program that I'm using, OBS Studio, is the streaming program. This is actually how I recorded my videos when I was doing pre-recorded videos. I maybe did a couple where I recorded my screen and my camera separately and I edited it together in post, but I actually just did this for the longest time. It gives you the option to record as well as stream, and I just edited it there. That way, like the screen share and everything, that was just going while I recorded, didn't have to worry about it. So literally the switch from me pre-recording to streaming, the biggest two things is I don't have to edit and upload now, and I can be live with you guys in the chat. Those are literally the biggest things. Okay, so let's actually talk about what you guys are, you know, talking about and what's going on and whatnot. Okay, so as far as the release here, okay, I just want to call this out. First Erin Condren release, yay! I remember my first release. It was so exciting, and I think the release after that was the first time I started doing these YouTube videos. I think I've mentioned this before, but I will say it again. I am also kind of a geek/nerd, and I actually keep up with news in the video game market, specifically Nintendo. And I got the idea for doing these types of videos/streams where we're kind of looking at all the little nitpicky details from the way a lot of people cover game leaks and information and things like that. So yay, fun little behind the thing. Okay, behind the curtain. So, okay, so people, I went back up and now I'm coming back down. Okay, so some people heard that it was getting released at 1 a.m. Eastern. I did not hear that. I also have not checked the Erin Condren Facebook group for affiliates recently, so it's possible someone asked about it there. They have, so Sarah mentioned that they had a countdown in previous years. Also, that a few have hinted that they think more stuff is coming tomorrow than we had previewed, but they said to give it a bit of time tomorrow. I feel like they often make things available in other categories that are not directly planner related when the release goes live. So I would not be surprised if that happens. I also saw that there have, or at least as a couple days ago when I last checked, they had a lot of stuff that was showing out of stock in various things, like the Sherpa throw blankets. Oh, I want another one of those. They're so soft. This is actually one. I put it on the back of my chair. But other planner accessories and stuff like that that isn't necessarily year specific. So we expect it, or at least I expect it, to kind of stick around. And so I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of that stuff got refreshed. I didn't also cover it here because we were really focused on the LifePlanner release, but Erin Condren, also just released a Asian Pacific American Heritage Month collection. Let me actually make this a normal size. So this, we have some covers, some stickers, some things like that. And it's these sorts of things, as well as the other launches, that I'm going to start covering more of once the LifePlanner launch is done. So hopefully you're looking forward to that. We also had some stuff from the that's gorgeous, from the Black History Month collection. I might have to get those covers. That's gorgeous. We're doing a lot of these tote bags right now on Erin Condren. Nothing wrong with that, I'm just pointing it out. National Latinx Heritage Month, so many pretty covers. And the planners are going to be available in all of these covers. So if you see one and you don't see one of the new release planners that is striking your eye, we can definitely do that. So, okay, as far as, sorry, I'm like back up the chat. As far as previous years goes, as I said, there's been quite a lot of variability on exactly when it has been released. So I don't know. I'm just going to keep refreshing, honestly, because there have been several occasions where where they haven't like sent an email or a text saying, hey, it's available, but it has been on the website. So I am actually literally right now trying to check the affiliate group on Facebook to see if they have any other info that I missed. I don't especially like Facebook. I feel like Facebook is either like you love it or you hate it, or, well, I mean, I feel like there's just no in between. Anyway, so my point is I don't already check Facebook for other things. I mostly just go for the Erin Condren stuff. And I have been thinking about trying to make myself go on Facebook more to connect with the planner community, because there's a huge planner community there. But yeah, I am going to keep an eye out for the release. I will, if I'm awake when it gets released, at the very least, I will post a community post or on the community tab to let you guys know. So if you're subscribed and you have the little bell rung for notifications, you should get a notification when that goes up. I say should because I also know that there are like settings in the YouTube app that you can set that will stop it from showing you all the notifications, or like your iPhone can block it. I don't know too much about that because honestly, I am really sensitive to notifications and I try to keep them on my phone to a minimum. So if you don't have notifications, I don't blame you. But if you want to be notified, lately I've been going to bed anywhere between 1:32, yeah, to 2:30 and 4 a.m. It varies quite a bit. But yes, so if I'm awake when it releases, then I will post on the community tab. At the very least, I might go live, as I said, to drool over it. If it hasn't gone live by 2 or 3 a.m. my time, at that point, I might just call it and set an alarm for like 8 or 9 a.m. And then I'll just crash early tomorrow. That way I can, hopefully by then it will be up. I would be highly surprised if it is not available by 10 a.m. Pacific tomorrow on Monday. But I also would not be surprised if it's available several hours before that. I hope that makes sense. Sharon, yes, I have a very late bedtime. I have ADHD, and it's not technically a symptom of ADHD, I think, because they're not sure why, but apparently it's very common when you have ADHD to have a delayed sleep cycle. And so unless I actively fight it, my body wants to go nocturnal. So because right now I run my own business from home and work from home, and I don't have to go on the clock for the most part, unless I have a meeting or something I need to do that day, that's super early in the morning. I just let my body do what it wants to do. I try to get up before noon. I have an alarm. Oh no, 𝗚𝗲𝘁. I have an alarm on my phone that goes off at around 12:30 every day, and I call it my wake up bitch alarm. And that's the alarm that, like, if I hadn't set any other alarms for that day, that's when I have to get up at the very latest. Luckily, the cats usually don't eat all of their food anyway, so I don't have to worry too much about the cats getting hungry. Usually they have at least a little bit at the bottom of the bowl, so I'm like, okay, if you were hungry enough, you would eat it. Beyond that, like, they can whine and everything, but they're just being picky. So I'm very lucky. I don't know if it's the cats I got specifically or how I raised them as kittens, but my cats are quite forgiving. I don't want to say low maintenance cats, because a lot of cats are rather low maintenance regardless, but yeah, my cats are very, they have their quirks. They're definitely lucky they're cute, but they don't do a lot of like the really annoying cat stuff. Like they don't wake me up and stuff like that. Oh, thank you for saying that my mom's dog is adorable. Obviously, I don't have her with me today. You can usually tell whether I announce her or not if I have her with me, because I have my sling on, because it's just easier to keep her in the sling. She has a tendency to try to eat stuff on the ground. 𝗚𝗲𝘁, you are getting annoying and you've lost your walking around privileges for a minute. You can say hi to YouTube. No. So yeah, if you see me with the sling on, even if I don't specifically announce that Kiki's here, she's probably here. And if I'm not wearing the sling, then Kiki's probably not here. But the cats are almost always here. Occasionally, if they're really bugging me, they go to kitty jail, which is my bedroom. But I try to let them wander around and stuff like that. And I just realized what Opal wants is a spring. So, in case you haven't heard, these are their favorite toys. I think there's a bunch of them under my refrigerator that I have to get. I hope you guys can hear. She's like, I'm dangling it above her head. She's literally meowing. And then Coco came over. She's off camera too. And they just like run. Spanders, yes, kitty jail. I have a slightly, I don't want to say morbid sense of humor. Yeah, kind of morbid sense of humor when it comes to that. So, yeah, my bedroom is kitty jail. They also constantly sleep on my bed with me. So, like, no animal torture is actually going on. They go in there of their own accord. And then when I'm trimming their nails, I call it torturing the cats, because that's what they think I'm doing. I feel like we should get back to the actual planner chat. Not that we really have to. I mean, I warned you guys this was going to be super casual. Coco's here. Hey, Coco, you want to say hi to you too? Hello. They're like, I want to be with you. I don't want to be with you. Go away. I forget where I was going. Oh, I was going to say I'm seeing some chat about the Erin Condren stuff coming through the chat. So yeah, can't talk. You know what? It's Sunday. Not that I really observe weekends, but anyway. So Lynn's saying, I'm just getting the inserts for the Ring Agenda and Harmony Neutral and the A5 Compact Vertical Ink Color Blends. That sounds gorgeous. I'm really looking forward to seeing what the price difference is between the inserts and the foiled, since unfortunately I don't have that. And you know what? Since I'm not we're not doing anything on my screen right now, I figure I will stop that. Let's see. Oh, Sarah is saying hi to the babies. Yay! Okay, so I have been looking for an excuse to bring this up during a stream for a long, long time. So my cats are my babies. They're my fur babies, don't get me wrong, but sometimes I have other babies of the feline variety because I foster for my local humane society sometimes. And there's probably going to be another foster coming up pretty darn soon because it is kitten season. I am not jumping at the bit to get another litter right now, But usually in the spring, they end up getting desperate and they have like way too many kittens. And so I think I'm going to wait for that. But yeah, last year I'd had 2 medical case cats and then 2 litters of mama and kittens. The first litter of mama and kittens, I got mama and the 4 kittens all like came to me, and the kittens I think were like 3 or 4 weeks old already. And then the other litter was I got a pregnant mama. And so it was adorable. And at my Humane Society, if you foster a mama cat or a mama animal of any kind who gives birth, you get naming rights to the babies. So so we had babies, and you know, I named them and everything, but it was also really rough because 2 of them didn't make it. And so I know that's really common with cats, but it was still just like really, really rough on me. I actually have a couple of videos on my sticker shop TikTok where I have like the babies moving around in her belly and kind of like introducing the cats and stuff like that. And I have a bunch of video that I took, but I never really put it into anything because the kittens that didn't make it was just like, it was really hard on me, honestly. I was so excited, and then it's like, and then right the morning after she gave birth, I also had like an internet outage for like 5 hours. So what happened is one of them was stillborn. That one wasn't quite as sad. That was more gross on my account. And then it looked like there were 4 born. And then the next morning I noticed that she'd pushed one away from all the others. And that's when the internet started going out. And because my apartment is underground and my area also has a ton of trees, I don't get very good cell coverage inside. So I take that back. I don't get good data coverage. I get sometimes okay phone coverage. So I was able to like call people, but I couldn't look up what to do on the phone. And the Humane Society had just gotten a lot of, I think it was dogs in, that they were worrying about. So it was very hard to get a hold of them, trying to figure out what to do. So I mean, I'm trying to warm this kitten up, and eventually we just saw that it stopped breathing. I think it was like 2 or 3 hours. That was a bit of a downer. But anyway, the rest of that litter was adorable, absolutely adorable. Mom was a calico. Her name was Little Gray, but I ended up calling her Mama Gray because it didn't quite make sense when we had the little ones. And then the 3 kittens were 𝗀𝗃, 𝗏𝗏, and Queenston. At first I thought it was 3 boys, so it was 𝗀𝗃, 𝗏𝗏, and Kingston. And then when I found out she was a girl and not a boy, we changed it to Kingston, and I called her Queenie. And for anybody who's wondering, I did name them after characters. If you're familiar with Dimension 20's Unsleeping City, they're named after characters from that. And if you've ever watched Dimension 20 Fantasy High, if I ever get a mama kitty who has 6 kittens, which I know is not super exciting, it's super exciting. It's not super common to have 6 in a litter, but if I ever do, they're gonna get named after the bad kids from Fantasy High. For anybody who's not familiar, Dimension 20 is college humor's real play D&D show, and it's, I mean, I'm a nerd. I love D&D. I'm in my own campaign, and it's a lot of fun to watch, and I'm a huge fan. So anyway, that's how that happened. Let me catch up with the chat here. Let's see. Oh, so people are talking about what they're going to use the compact vertical for. So Lynn's going to use the compact vertical for a reading and homework journal, and then using the ring agenda for budgeting, personal, and work. I like that. And then let's see. So I'm getting into the compact vertical a little bit as well. I think I'm gonna have to get Erin Condren's washi tapes that have the little like check mark stuff in it. You know, so I can make my own checklist and just like really quickly put it on the page if I don't want to decorate it with stickers, because as I said, for me, the lines are like unless I am actually making a list and either have bullet points or a checklist, that is an issue for me. It's like this weird brain thing. It makes it very hard for me, but I think I might be able to make it work. So depending on what the price difference is, I might just get the inserts or I might get the coil. I haven't decided really yet. And then I'll also get a 7x9 vertical, because that is like my standard go-to, and my excuse is that even if I don't end up using that as my standard planner because I have a sticker shop, I can call it, you know, I can just use it for testing or whatever. What is going on with this? It's not going away. Okay. So we might not have any chat highlight for the rest of this unless I want to figure that out. So we'll see how that goes. Let's see. Okay, so let me see if I can actually talk about these. Okay, so for those of you getting the compact vertical, are you going to wait to get those with the tiny flaw at a discount? So for anybody who's not familiar with what's going on, it was discovered in the preview copies that the compact vertical had one line missing on Thursday. I personally didn't go into the pictures and look at where that was or anything like that, but that's what we're talking about the tiny flaw. I'll probably just get it at launch, but I'm also very lucky in that Erin Condren sent me a $100 gift card to go shopping with. So to me, like, while I definitely could wait and save some money, I mean, like, even though it's not my money, it's still, you know, it's store credit effectively, and I want to use it effectively as effectively as possible. But I also want to, like, when you're an affiliate, kind of part of the deal is, you know, they either send you PR or they give you coupon codes or gift cards and whatnot, so you can get stuff and review it. And so part of that for me is I want to be able to review it in a timely manner. The one thing that, like, is a slightly annoying and might make me want to order it separately is that they said it's going to take a few extra days to get it if you get the compact vertical at launch, because they have to get the new ones in. They already talked with the printer and everything, and so they have that sorted, but it's going to take a couple extra days for them to come in. However, usually they get a ton of orders on the first day anyway, and in the past I have recorded my shop with me and then, like, waited an hour or two to actually click the buy button. I forget why, because it was stupid, but I never do that, like, while I'm actually on the thing, because I don't want to show you guys my personal information. And in that time, my estimated ship by date had moved out like 3 days in the 2 hours. So it will make more of a difference in your ship time the earlier you purchase. I hope that makes sense. Let's see. Okay, this, I think, is something I want to bring up because it can be very hard to decide what you want to get, especially with so many things coming out. And even for people who do like to plan in multiple planners for different things, you're not going to get one of everything. Like, let's be honest, you're not going to get 4 7x9s and 3 A5s and ring inserts for everything. Like, there's a limit. So to some extent, everybody has to deal with this, trying to kind of figure out what they want. For me, in the past, what I've always done is I have made a little shopping list. As I said previously, I filmed Shop With Me videos several years. I don't remember if I did it last year, but for the past several years, with the possible exception of last year, I filmed a video while I was shopping for the Erin Condren launch. So you can actually go back and watch me ramble and hear my thought process. But prior to that, I've always made a list because I knew that even though that video is like 40 minutes or an hour, and like, I bet you the stream's gonna end up being like 2+ hours, because let me tell you, I can ramble. And we always go longer on stream because I'm chatting with you guys. So I always make a list ahead of time, but I'm still not sure what I want to get because there are so many options. Like the covers, once I figure out what planner I want, then I have to decide which of the like 50,000 cover options, and you can only buy so many interchangeable covers. And realistically speaking, I don't end up using the interchangeable covers all that often. I end up finding one, putting it on, and keeping it there. Sometimes it's not the one I originally got the planner with. So anyway, I don't want you to get yourself down about not being sure what to get ahead of time. To me, part of the fun is kind of waffling back and forth and trying to figure out what to get and what to do. So that's fine, and you shouldn't be down on yourself at all about that. Now I want to hear what everybody's getting. I know some of you guys have been putting it in the chat, but I want to hear. So let's see, getting the Daily Duo in color blends. Had to have my boyfriend decide between that and the Harmony Colorful. Yeah, right now I am debating between Harmony Colorful and Harmony Neutral. I'm probably going to fall on the side of colorful once all is said and done, though. When will they be selling the compact vertical with the discount? Naomi asks. As far as I know, we haven't actually gotten confirmation that they are. Correct me if someone has heard something I haven't. But Erin Condren does do clearance stuff every so often. Or, I mean, they always have sale stuff on their site. We could go look at what they have on sale right now if you want. Why not? I've never seen them sell defective stuff on sale, though. So that's my only hesitation in, like, is there going to be a discount? Let's go ahead and take a look at what they have on sale right now, because why not? So a lot of their site is like a little sparse at the moment because of course they have the new launch. So we have some bundles here. I feel like we might have had a couple more, or maybe they're just the ones down here. So we have a couple of bundles, mostly not geared towards the planners as much, or the life planners as much, I should say. Though some of them have them. Yeah, some of them have them. It will be interesting to see if these update for the new release immediately. They also have like budget bundles and things like that. I usually look at the bundles, and usually there's enough things in the bundle that I don't want or I already have that it is not worth me buying the bundle. But you have to figure that out yourself. So that's all they have on the sales page. They often have more, and then they also do like a warehouse clearance every few months. I want to say they do it 2 or 3 times a year. Oh, this is interesting. From Plan Sarah Plan that the game plan was for the flawed one during today's upload. So you're talking about like when they actually release everything, the flawed one is going to be released? Interesting. When they told us about it on the Facebook group, again, last I checked, they specifically said that they were not going to sell the flawed ones at release, and someone said like, well, can I get a flawed one? I want to get it as soon as possible. So anyway, that's interesting. I want to know where she's getting her info. It's entirely possible that it is completely legit and I just haven't heard of it. So oh, it's already, the Color Blends Washi 4-pack is already on the site. Here's what I keep going and reading like part of a comment and being like, what? And then I go back and read the rest of the comment and I'm like, okay, I completely like took that out of context. So Yay. That homeschool life, I'm already preloading my cart and coupon codes. I didn't even think you could do that for the coupon codes. Let's talk about coupon codes real fast and remind you guys what the deal is with that. If I can find my visual aids, I don't know where they went. Okay, that's okay. No visual aids, I'm sorry. So, coupon codes, if you have a planner from last year and it came with a little welcome packet, it would have had a 20% off coupon code expiring at the end of April in it. So because the new Life Planner is launching before the end of April, you can use it. You can also, if you don't have that coupon, sign up for Erin Condren's text list or email list. I know I have the link to sign up for the text list in the description. I don't remember if I got the email list in for this live. I know I have it in for tomorrow's live, so you can check that page. I'm guessing you have to not already be on the email list for those to work, but that will get you 15% off if you don't have the 20% off coupon. If you've never ordered from Erin Condren before, I also have a link down below to get $10 off your first purchase. So you can definitely use that. Disclaimer, all the links down below are affiliate links. Doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does help me out. So there's my obligated disclaimer about all of that, but I do have all of that down below, and hopefully that will be helpful. I know that the $10 off your first Erin Condren order is stackable with other discounts, and I know for a fact that the 20% off from last year's planners is stackable with any coupon codes or gift card codes that you get from redeeming your Erin Condren Insider points. So the Erin Condren Insider program, part of it is that you get points when you make purchases. There's a couple other things you can get points for. I think you get some for your birthday, for linking Facebook and Twitter and things like that. And so you can stack gift codes that you get. You can redeem them for money off for store credit. So you can stack that with the 20%. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't be able to stack that with the $10 off or with the $15 off or with the 15% off. I don't know if you can stack the $10 off with the 15% off, but I would think you could, just based on what I've experienced. Usually Erin Condren, in my experience, has been pretty good with stacking. That is the info on the coupons and deals. Oh, they are also kind of sweetening the accessories deal. Typically you have to buy 4 accessories to get a discount. Now it's only for the launch, I think it's like for the first week or 2, it's only 3. So if you are getting accessories, then make sure you get at least 3 of them. There are some accessories that are less than $5. So if there's, one of them, like the mini bookmarks, snap-in bookmark set, that's $4.50, I think. That is a great one to add on if you only have a couple of accessories and, you want to add something on relatively inexpensively that you very well can use a lot and also get the discount. And Erin Condren is doing free shipping on orders over $78, it looks like. Keep in mind that that is going to be economy shipping. It's usually, in my experience, anywhere from 5 days to a week later than if you pay for the upgraded shipping. If you're paying for shipping and you don't get the free shipping, I want to say the upgraded shipping is about $5 more. It really depends on, does it really matter? I've gone both ways, but I probably will spring for it this year just because I want to be able to bring my stuff to you as soon as possible. If you're not a content creator, that's not really an issue. So the planners, after all, do not start until July. So even though we're already very excited to get everything, you don't really have to worry about not being able to find the planners. Oh, and we have confirmation that the 3 accessories for 20% off is for this week only. Oh, also there's a free gift with purchase or free gifts with purchase. So if you're, there's one that's going to go to everybody. I think that's a snap-in bookmark with little page flags in it. And then if you're an Erin Condren Insider, either a regular or a turquoise, you get a choice either between a sticky list thing, a pad of sticky notes, and a tote bag. And then if you're a rose gold insider, then you get the first two, and then you also get a little notepad. I think it's a sticky notepad book thing. It's really nice. I kind of wish I was getting it. I actually, here, give me a sec. I have to pull it up. I actually took a screenshot of how you double check to make sure you are signed up for Erin Condren Insider, because I know in the past there has been a little bit of confusion there. I don't think it's as much of an issue this year, especially because you don't need to be an Erin Condren Insider necessarily to, like, I don't think it's going to block you from getting the early access if you're not. But if you want to double check, here's my lovely screenshot. I specifically did it as a screenshot because there's personal information on there that I do not want to share. So what you do is from the Erin Condren account, you click up here to sign in. And then once you're signed in, you click on My Account and you click on Summary. And it should bring you to this page. If it doesn't, just click on Update Info. And then if you scroll down all the way to the bottom, it will say if you are enrolled in Erin Condren Insider, and it will say active. If you're not enrolled, the page might look a little different. But since I am enrolled, I can't confirm that one way or the other. But that is how you do that. And so you can also, I'm guessing if you're not subscribed to text messages, you can also opt in right there. You know, if you're not subscribed to text and you want to do me a favor, instead of clicking right there, just use my link down below and I'll get a little kickback. Yay. Okay. No need. You don't have to do that though. It would be nice. It's not required. But what I would really appreciate you guys do, if you haven't already, is give this a like. That really helps. Costs you nothing. Takes you like 5 seconds. And like, you know, you don't have to click any links, go to any websites. That in and of itself just helps a lot. That and chatting and leaving comments on the video. If you're watching the replay, all of those things help out so much because it shows YouTube that you're having a good time. Okay, let me go back to the chat. If you haven't seen already, by the way, I have some tea here. I meant to brew throat coat tea, but I don't have any. But I think I really need to get some because my throat has been getting sore, and I'm crossing my fingers. It's just because I've been streaming a lot lately and I'm not used to talking a ton. And it's not that I'm getting sick, but I have worked in call centers. I have had this happen working in call centers when I started working there. So I'm inclined to think that I'm not getting sick because otherwise I'm feeling fine. Oh, here is very good question from, or not question, but if you live near an Erin Condren store, you can use your 20% discount at the store, according to the local Irvine store. Yeah, you do need to be really lucky to be near that, but that is very good to know. Now we're also talking about the snap-in bookmarks in the Ring agenda. I talked a little bit about this the other day where I kind of demoed it a little bit. I didn't actually do the modification, but basically what I did is I looked at how the bookmark was fitting in the Ring agenda, and effectively if you just use scissors or clippers to, like, you have to size it right, and then you figure out it's just one ring that's going to be dragging. So what you do is you find that ring and you just clip that little like snappy thing out there so it has a little bit more room to move, and that should fix it up. Now, it's not as good as it being workable from the get-go, but especially if you have them or if you think they'd be super useful for you for the snap-in bookmarks, it is absolutely amazing. So, oh, let's see. So Caramel Cookie saying they made a $32 order the other day and got free shipping. I'm assuming we're talking about Erin Condren. Interesting. I don't know. The only thing I know does free shipping is the seasonal surprise boxes, but I'm pretty sure they haven't had those up for a little while now. Those usually go fast. I was gonna say I really want to get the summer one, but the summer one often, I'm not as like a summery person as the other seasons, so that usually ends up being the one where I don't like the colors quite as much as the others, but we'll see. If I do end up getting it, either buying it or getting it for PR, either of them are equally likely, then I will do a stream where I unbox it, and we can do that. I'm also going to do, I'm not sure if it's going to be an unboxing stream, but it's at least going to be a like haul what I bought from Erin Condren stream, in addition to the in addition to the shop with me, because touching and like telling you what I think of it as I'm touching it is different than looking at it on a screen. So, okay, the chat is going by. I mean, it's not so fast, but I'm having a hard time keeping up with it for the first time, and it just makes me feel like a success. So I'm just gonna give myself some kudos that we have a fun and exciting chat, because I don't know, I feel like I've made it. That is very, very self-centered, but that's okay. Oh, thank you for saying I'm doing great at homeschool life. I appreciate it. I legitimately was not asking you guys to tell me I'm doing great. I was just, honestly, when I'm doing these, I try to just talk, to some extent, stream of consciousness. So unless it's something I know I'm not allowed to say for one reason or another, I usually just say it. Probably figured that out already. But so Ackman's saying after ordering, shipping usually takes about a week to get to you in California unless they're personalized. That adds a day or two. Yes, I've had it add more time. Sometimes it says it's being put together and then they're like, oh, it has to go back to, you know, for quality control. Now, whether that's actually what's going on or that's just their like backhand, like their back end way of saying, oh, we're behind, trying to make it not look like they're behind, I don't know. But yeah, I've definitely had that work for me. And I often, not often, but some years I don't get things personalized, so I can get it a little bit sooner. So, rule number one, you are very welcome. I am glad you've been having fun here, especially being a new Erin Condren fan. Obviously, there's so much going on, especially with this release, but just year round. I mean, this is the big time for Erin Condren, but they have new stuff coming in all the time. I mean, the next 2 or 3 months, we're going to have the teacher lesson planner and the academic planner. And I haven't heard anything about a monthly planner yet, but they almost always do that. And they're going to have other stuff. So there's just always so much going on to keep track of. And it's to the point that if even as somebody who does, for the most part, try to keep track of Erin Condren stuff and what's going on, if I don't actively try to keep track of it, I don't know what's going on at all, just because there is so much. So I am glad that I'm helping you out there. And hopefully, like, apart from being helpful, you're just having fun. I mean, that's why I kind of like doing these. I just, you know, I come and geek out about planners. I don't have very many people in my, like, everyday life that I can just geek out about planners with. And, like, I don't know, go into the little itsy bitsy details and things like that. Like, my sister uses a planner. I get her one most years for my birthday, or for her birthday. I've been getting my mom planners every couple years, and we talk about it a little bit, but it's not the kind of thing where we can really dig into it like I can here, and that's why it's a lot of fun. Let's see. Oh, my husband is so sick of me talking about planners. Yeah, that's why you come here. So he doesn't have to hear you talking about planners, right? Now, if it's anything like me, it's not going to stop you. I live with just my cats, and they probably don't, well, I don't know. I think they understand some things, but I don't think they speak English, so they probably don't get sick of me talking about planners per se. They probably get sick of me in general. Sick of my shit all the time. And then a lot of times, because I live so close to my mom, I'll take Kiki with me when I go on errands. I have a little seat for her in my car. For anybody who doesn't know, Kiki's my mom's dog. I don't have her with me, but sometimes I have her on stream. And this is going to sound so dorky, but especially on days that I have a stream coming up, I will like practice how I'm going to start the stream. And so Kiki gets to listen to me practice how I'm going to start the stream. Or sometimes I will just practice a random video that I like might want to make, or even something that I'm not planning on making, but it's like, ooh, wouldn't it be kind of fun if I had an excuse to make this video? Let me just talk it out as if I was making the video. I'm aware I'm a dork. This is what I do in the car. Yeah, I'm a dork. Ooh. Okay, so we're talking about a bunch of different things here. Okay, never gotten a surprise box, always a little nervous. I have bought the seasonal surprise box a few times, and I've also gotten them a few times for PR. I don't know exactly how many I've gotten. I would say maybe 4 to 6-ish. Maybe more, maybe less. I don't remember exactly. But my point is I've gotten a few of them. There's usually at least one thing that I like. For me, a lot of it has to do with the colors of whatever is in it. So for instance, my least favorite one, where I didn't end up using much of the stuff in it, was a summer one where it was a lot of yellow and tropical, and those are just not my things. I'm not a big yellow person. I'm not huge for tropical stuff. So a lot of that stuff actually ended up going to my sister. But the fall, winter, spring ones, I usually use almost everything in them. So if you ever do want to give it a go, and there's a season that you're just often not really into the theme of, I would maybe not get that season. So like for me, had I not gotten one before, but still knew what I know now, and I wanted to try it out, I'd probably try out like fall or winter, not necessarily summer. I hope that makes sense. That would just be my recommendations. I feel like I've gotten another summer one that I liked though, so that could have just been a fluke, but all the other ones I remember were amazing. My first one, for my first time getting the seasonal surprise box, oh, wait a minute, give me just a sec. I think, let's see. Okay, I just want to say, if you're still here, Sarah Bram, good night. I missed it when it first came up, but I just wanted to say good night. The very first seasonal surprise box I got had a mug in it, and it said, she designed the life she loved. And I got that seasonal surprise box right around the time I quit my full-time job to work my own business full-time. I was not making a full-time income then by any means. I had some savings. I was very lucky to be able to do that, but I had just come home from work one day, and I'm like, I am done. Just flat out done. Just done. And I put in my 2 weeks notice the next day, and it was probably a complete coincidence, but like getting that as somebody quitting to start a more creative career, just like it felt like a sign. So, yeah, but they've always had other great stuff. I've gotten some really nice covers and things like that. And a lot of times in the seasonal surprise boxes, sometimes they'll have exclusive things to the seasonal surprise box, but sometimes they'll have things that are coming out in the future. So it's kind of a mix, and it's very exciting, but they almost always have really great things in the seasonal surprise boxes. So as I said, unless there's a season that you're usually not as quite into the themes for, like me in summer, I highly doubt you'll have issues. They always sell out really fast too. So if you get it and you really don't like it, I've never seen anybody try to sell one, but you could. You might be able to sell it for around what you paid, or something like that, to try to recoup some of your money. Just an option, just throwing it out there. Let's see. Naomi's asking, are you able to share pricing for the A5 compact vertical coiled and binder? I don't have that information. I have the pricing information. on all of the accessories, but the way they distributed that information to affiliates, they did not specify exactly what that is going to be. And they also did not specifically say that the prices weren't changing. And they specifically said that the 7x9 prices were not changing, which to me leads me to believe that the A5 coiled and ring agenda are changing. So I looked up what I paid last year for my ring agenda and coiled. The ring agenda I paid $79 for. So that, I don't think there was anything you could add on to that. So it was just $79. And then for the coiled, I think I paid $55, but I got a rose gold coil. And so that either cost $5 or $10 extra. So I'm guessing that was $45, $50. So hopefully that at least gives you a ballpark of what you can expect to pay for those items. I also tried to look on the website to find it because they're doing, I think they still even have it, the 50% off dated planners that, they have it for anything that's left. So I was like, oh, I can just go there and I can see what it is. And usually they even have a reduced, original price, or worst case scenario, I can just double whatever it was. Nope, couldn't find it anymore. So is what it is. Let's see. Crystal's asking, what time of the launch happened? I'm waking up early to buy mine. We don't have an exact time. There is a time going around of 1 a.m. Eastern. I personally have not heard that, but that doesn't mean it is not correct. It just means I have not heard it. So, take that for what you think it is worth. I'm actually just going to check my email right now in case something has gone out to affiliates. I checked the Facebook group earlier, and granted, I was just skimming, but I didn't see any information about when exactly everything is going live on Monday. So, but I'll check my email to see if something went out and I just missed it. In the past, we've had a few different situations happen. Oh, I have an email. New Erin Condren LifePlanner launch tomorrow. Okay. Here, let me just do a screen share and show this to you. Because why not? You can look at it at the same time as me. There we go. Okay. Yay, welcome to my email. Okay, so this came through 7 hours ago. All right, so, okay, first off, I love the texture and everything that they've done here with Harmony. Okay, Erin Condren Insider launches tomorrow. I'll come back and click the more here. Sneak peek number 4. Oh, I didn't even think about a 4th sneak peek because the launch is tomorrow. So in the past, they've always had 4 sneak peeks and then the launch, but this year, just the way it was timed, there were only 3. And I knew the date that the first sneak peek was going to be ahead of time. I asked Tori, my affiliate rep, and I wasn't allowed to say anything. So there were a couple of times where I worded things very carefully so that I was not technically giving it away, but I was also not confirming I knew or didn't know. I specifically filmed my predictions video / stream before I got any of that info so that my predictions would be completely unbiased by insider info. So I said I said in my predictions video that I think it's going to start this day or something like that. And the date that it did start, what was that, April 3rd, I think? That was, or the 4th? It was incidentally the day I had predicted. So luckily I wasn't technically lying, but yeah, I'm excited. But we already knew about the whole accessories thing with the 20% off 3+ accessories. I just realized I have no idea if this will stack with the 20% off coupons or the 15% off if you, if you have the 20% off from last year, if you have the 15 from signing up for the email list or the texts. So be prepared for that not to happen. Typically when I'm unsure if things will stack, I assume they won't. and then maybe I'll put like an extra thing on my shopping list. Okay, if they do stack, here's what I can afford. So most of these things, accessories and everything, is stuff we've already seen, but I do really like that we have some additional pictures. Would have absolutely loved this last week, but that's okay. I mean, they obviously want to hype stuff up, so just from my point of view, it would have been nice. Sign up for text, enjoy 15% off your next purchase. Again, I do have a link for that in the description box down below if that is something you have not signed up for, but I don't think you can do that and the 20% off if you have one of those from last year's planner. So maybe don't sign up for it unless you, like, if it was me, I would wait, is what I'm saying, so that I can hopefully get a discount on 2 different orders. Does that make sense? We have a bit about the Erin Condren difference, talking about quality. I remember when they came out with their new paper, and like part of me was excited and part of me kind of wasn't excited, because I'm like, paper, that's no fun. I want like layout stuff, but their paper is really nice. And one thing we talked about on Thursday that they mentioned at the affiliate town hall was that they literally use the strongest coils they can find for their life planners, which I thought was really cool. So okay, this is going to be, okay, you guys know me. I love Erin Condren planners. I've been getting them every year for years. The past few years, I've gotten them for PR or I gotten a coupon, but I did buy them myself for a few years before I got on their PR list. I will also not lie about something from them with you guys, and you guys know that. I'm going to be completely 100% honest, even if I am an affiliate with them. So I love that all the planners are made in the USA. I'm not going to say I'm not excited about that, but one year they made a huge deal about the planners being made in the USA, and then a lot of the planner accessories that they were hyping up alongside of the planners were made in China. And I felt that that was a little deceptive, I guess, just with the way they did their marketing. This was like 3 or 4 years ago. Again, I understand I'm being nitpicky, but with this channel, nitpicky's kind of the name of the game. Like, we go into the pictures and we try to dig out all of the little details for the new planners. I tell you any little thing I find that I don't like for whatever reason. So I get to be nitpicky, and I will just mention that. That was also a few years ago, and they don't specifically mention that, like, they have not like been headlining that as part of the big advertising campaign, but it's the year that they did that I was a little like, the way you're kind of doing that is a little deceptive, in my opinion. But again, that was a few years ago. I will also say that Erin Condren has seemed to improve a lot with their customer service quality, I guess, in the past few years. I've had a couple of orders messed up a couple times in the first few years that I got planners. I want to say it was the 2nd and 3rd year I got planners. I haven't had any mess ups in the past few years. So that's really awesome. So there is some talk in the chat here about coupons and insider points and things like that. Yes, you definitely can stack the 20% off coupon, or the 15 if you are signing up for the texts and don't have that 20%, and the Erin Condren insider points. That is completely possible. I'm not sure if the 20% off will stack, the 20% off coupon will stack with the buy 3 or more accessories, get 20% off. It might just be like you get 20% off and that's it. I'm not sure if it will be 20% off and then 20% off again. That's where I'm unsure. I'm also unsure if you could stack the 20% off coupon and if you signed up for the text list, the 15%. And that's where I'm saying, if it was me, if I had any likelihood of making another purchase for a little while, I might save the 15 for that. So that is my personal opinion/information on that. But the stackability of the 20% off and the Erin Condren insider points has been confirmed by the Erin Condren affiliate reps. So that one I know for certain. The only time I've ever had issues with trying to use I don't want to say a coupon. I've had issues trying to use my Erin Condren insider points to buy the seasonal surprise boxes. That was also like a year or two ago. They might have fixed it. But that's the only issue I've ever had with stuff. And obviously the free shipping is going to stack with the discounts. What I will say though is like, get free shipping if you spend $78 or more. That is after discounts. So I've had this happen to me where I'm above the free shipping threshold before discounts, but I'm below afterwards. So once you consider shipping, I like effectively have to like buy more to save on shipping. It's like, oh, I added something that was like $12 to my cart and I saved $4, all things said and done. So anyway, let's see. So talking about saving money, one of the best ways to save at Erin Condren is to wait until they have stuff on sale. Then when there's an accessory, they'll add 15% off as well. That is a very good point. There are a lot of times to get Erin Condren planners at somewhat of a discount if you don't have one of these coupons, or even with it, it is not in your budget. Usually there is some sort of sale, if I'm remembering correctly, before the academic year starts. I want to say that one's like maybe August-ish. Again, working from memory here. And then they usually have at least something for the holidays. Usually Erin Condren in the past has done like kind of a daily deal sort of thing. And usually they've had at least one of them be off planners. And I want to say they've gone up to 30% off at the holidays. So if you're on the cycle of you get your new planner with the new calendar year, then that is really awesome. I personally love the hype of the new planner launches. And for me, it's not as much fun if I'm not actually buying a new planner. So I am on this cycle. And again, I am very fortunate because Erin Condren, like they treat me well. So, and I'm one of their affiliates. So I do get little kickbacks that a lot of other people don't. But there are definitely some opportunities to buy stuff. Okay, let me take off the screen share because they're not really looking at it. What freebie are you picking? I'm gonna get the Flora sticky notes. I like the idea of a bag, but I'm not a Harmony fan. I am probably gonna get the sticky notes because I have a different style of bag that I like to use. When I look at the bag like that, the biggest thing I would probably want to use it for is a grocery bag. And I like the style of grocery bags that fold up really small and have a little elastic because I can never remember to bring my grocery bag. So I just stick a few of those in my purse and just carry them. That way they're there when I need them. So for me, the tote bag would not be as functional, whereas with the sticky notes, I would use them all the time. But that is my opinion. How many planning packs is too many because I kind of want all of them? I mean, if you could come up with different things to put in each of them, why not? Give me just a sec. Opie is... There's a lot of things I will let her knock off my desk. I draw the line at the glasses case for my new glasses that I just got the other day. I don't know. In 3 weeks, I might not care, but right now it's pretty and I want it to stay pristine. And if you didn't notice I got new glasses, they look almost identical to the old ones. The frames are a slightly different shape, but that's okay. I like this. My mom uses not necessarily the planning packs, but a lot of different little pouches and stuff from Erin Condren that I've gotten for PR over the years as to hold her sewing stuff. So, I mean, you can come up with a lot of other stuff. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll put a different set of pens in each little, pen case or, something like that. That way it's easy to grab, easy to bring with me if I want to, but it also has a cute case and I get to actually use them all. So there are a lot of different ways. I mean, it's boring, but worst case scenario, if you're still wearing masks places, you could put them in your purse and hold masks. I personally am. I don't want to get into the whole mask versus non-mask debate. My personal choice is that I still wear masks into stores. That's all I'm going to say about that. So if you do, or even if you don't and you just want to have a mask handy in case, you could do that. There are lots of other things that you can do. I love little pouches, even if they're not specifically planny packs, just because you can put all sorts of different things in them. I often, when I actually arrange my purse, okay, fine, I'll throw you a spring, will separate stuff out into little pouches. So that can be quite handy. Yes. So Akman's saying, not a big fan of the Erin Condren sticky notes. Fair. I'm not trying to change your mind. What I will say is that I've had some Erin Condren sticky notes that have been great and have been great quality. I've had some that have not been. So I personally have always had good luck with the sticky note dashboards. Those are probably the ones that I use the most from Erin Condren, but I also get those every year, so I have a lot of them around. If you like sticky notes in general and you're looking for something else to try, then you could give them a shot. You know, I just want to throw that out there as an option. But if you don't like Erin Condren sticky notes, you don't like Erin Condren sticky notes. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I just wanted to throw that out there in case you like other sticky notes and it's just Erin Condren ones that you don't like. Using sticky notes as bookmarks. Yeah, I mean, technically they're bookmarks. This is my D&D player's manual, and I've used a lot of sticky notes to create my own little tabs, and then I have a bookmark up here. So lots of sticky notes. I don't tend to read a lot of physical books. I have been an audiobook person since I was like 7. Since before you got them from Audible and on your phone, you had to go to the library and get them out on cassette tape. At least cassette tapes were not as bad as CD. You think it would be an improvement, but at least with a cassette tape, it's usually pretty easy to tell if one of them's messed up. And if something's messed up, it's only going to be for a little chunk. So a lot of times it's like, you know, you miss a minute or two, but not enough that you can't get the context and continue. With a CD, if it's scratched and it won't play, you're done. Just, you can't continue. Just nothing to it. So, that is my whole thing with audiobooks, I guess. So yeah, I guess I'm an audiobook hipster. Back when we called them, back in my day, we called them books on tape. I would actually look at I would gauge how long a book was based on the number of cassettes it came in. And there's still some that I re-listen to every so often. The one that comes to mind is by Diana Wynne Jones' Charmed Life from her 𝗀𝗀𝗁𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂 Chronicles. And on cassette tape, it was 9 cassettes. And that was like pretty long, especially for like a kid's book. And now I have it on audiobook. Do I have my list made for tomorrow? No. I should. I know I'm going to get at least 1 planner, probably 2. Part of it is that I have not actually added up my full budget and then what it's going to be after the 20% off. So I need to do that so that I can kind of tell what I'm going to get. There are a few things that I'm almost sure I'm going to get, but I'm not sure how the actual financials are going to work out once I look at like what everything's going to be. So I want to get a 7x9 planner. I'd like to try the compact vertical eventually. We'll see if that happens tomorrow. Again, it might be a budget thing, and I might have to wait on that one. I really want those double-sided pens that have the chisels tip on one side and the pointed tip on the other. Those look really cool. I love the sticky notes. I'll probably get those again, though I still have a couple like from previous years with sticky notes on them, so maybe I shouldn't get that. What else? Oh, I want to get the washi tapes. Here, I'll bring it up on the Erin Condren website, and I will, because I've mentioned these a few times and I've never actually shown them. This washi tape. It's effectively to-do list washi tape. I've never thought of doing that as a washi tape. I mean, I can make my own to-do list stickers because I have everything to make stickers. So I could just do that. But the idea of having it on a roll is awesome. I could also just make myself like a bunch of sheets of stickers to have handy. So I also really like this one that has the circles. I can't hover over it, otherwise it will change, but kind of here. Woo! I don't want the time one though, so I don't know. But the circles would do just as well as this one. We've talked about these tabs before. I don't think they're big enough to go over the Erin Condren tabs. And then we also have some habit tracker washi. They have like washi for everything now. Not a bad thing, I'm just saying. They have washi for everything. Okay, guys, if you guys have never tried this glue tape, I mean, glue tape in general is amazing. I'm not saying you have to get it from Erin Condren, because you can get it from the office store. The container isn't as cute, like it doesn't have the little asterisk there, but it's functionally similar. This stuff is amazing to have. I literally just ran out of it today. So, okay, let's see. Oh, looking here. Back in my day, I remember when books are on this thing called paper. Yeah, I've always been an audiobook person. I used to read more physically, but between the eye strain and having a hard time concentrating, it's hard for me to physically read books. With audiobooks, I can do something else while I'm listening, which helps a lot. And back in my day, a lot of things weren't on audiobook. Like there'd be a series and number one was on audiobook, but the rest of them weren't. So I had to read them physically if they weren't on audiobook. Now there's so much more available that between the whole not wanting to sit down and read a book and feeling like I'm fidgeting too much. Again, remember, I have ADHD, and there being a great option of audiobooks and having a lot available, that's just what works for me. So, let's see, we're talking about haul videos. Oh yes. So exciting. All the YouTubers seem to get their first boxes first, so I have to live vicariously through them. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of them pay extra for the shipping. I've done that. I've never gotten the like truly expedited shipping, but I've paid for like, if I remember correctly, so they have the free shipping, like the economy, and then they have like a middle shipping, and then they have like overnight shipping or like 2-day shipping or something like that costs like $20 or $30 or I don't know, something. So I've never paid for that. But when you are making YouTube videos or on social media in general, I mean, a lot of what it is, I mean, in order to get attention, you do have to get views. This whole thing of like, oh, this person's doing this on the internet just for attention. I'm like, okay, anybody posting anything on the internet is looking for attention in some way, shape, or form. If you're blatant and like, if you just strip it down, you know, someone who posts a picture of their family on Facebook is looking for people to like it or comment. Like, I'm sorry, it's just how it is. So, you know, you can say, oh, that person doesn't have the right motivation in looking for attention. But especially as somebody, you know, who has played the YouTube game in some way, shape, or form on and off for several years, when a new product comes out, getting your videos up early means that your videos are going to get more attention, aka more views. And especially if you're doing this to try to make money, whether you're, you know, doing it full time at that moment or not, getting your video up first for a new product can be amazing, because then when people search for it, you come up first because you were there first, and you have more views, you have more likes, you have more comments. When you have that engagement, and you have more watch time, YouTube knows that that video is worth showing to people. So if you are trying to make money on YouTube, or essentially get attention on YouTube in some way, shape, or form, then paying that extra little bit of money to get your stuff in 2 days, even if the planner, you wouldn't actually get it in 2 days, but you know what I mean, getting the shipping faster, it would make more sense, especially if the planner doesn't start until July, than somebody who doesn't have that, I don't want to say constraint, but doesn't have that, who doesn't have that going on. So anyway, that is my little ramble. Oh my God. That is adorable. Thank you. I mean, obviously I said, I don't think I set up super chats, and you said I should, so I'm guessing I don't have it. That would be that's so sweet. I will look into that. In the meantime, if you would like to support me, check out my sticker shop on Etsy, because as much as I would appreciate donations, to help support me or the channel and the hauls and stuff like that, I already have products available, and especially if you like planner stickers, I see as like a win-win situation, I appreciate that. I will look into it. I mean, I'm not gonna, if someone wants to donate to me or tip me, I'm not gonna say no, but I also just want to make it, I just want to say, like, you can do this, or if you want some stickers in exchange, like, you can do that too, whichever you prefer. It's so sweet. Thank you, Desiree. I really, really appreciate it. I have just met so many new amazing people ever since I started doing these lives than I ever did all of the years of doing pre-filmed videos, because my favorite part is the actual chatting with you guys, and that's what the live is all about. So I get the fun of filming and the fun of chatting and having a conversation and talking to the community. I don't know. For me, it's just kind of a win-win. So yay, thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see. Oh, sticker site. What is it? I have a link in the description box down below. It's a shop on Etsy. It's called Coco and Opal Design. I named it after my kitties. And yeah, I have a lot of stickers. I'm also right now I'm working on like water bottle, laptop, like bigger stickers that are water resistant. So there's a lot of that kind of near the top. But if there's also some links on the side for like the different categories of things. And I want to start rolling out a lot more functional stickers. Maybe I should do something like that with the Design With Me. One of my projects that I've been doing for the sticker shop that is kind of in the middle is I have essentially a set of 20 standard colors that I use for the stickers if they don't already have colors attached to them. So like if I'm doing a little icon or anything that I need to pick a color for that like doesn't already matter what the color is. Like I do license a lot of graphics for kits and stuff, so I pull colors from that. But if I'm trying to think of other things, I have like, different checkboxes, I have little functional stampers, things like that. I have a standard set of colors that I use. And so originally I just kind of picked them. And then I realized, well, wait a minute, it would make logical sense for me to make sure that the colors match or at least coordinate or are close to the colors in the Erin Condren planners. So I have, I don't want to like show you my screen while I'm pulling this up, but, oh no, wrong thing. There we go. So, so this is going to sound crazy. I have 20 standard colors, and then for the most part, I break them up into colorful and neutral rainbow. Like if I'm, here, let me just pull a sheet of stickers to kind of show you what I'm talking about. Let's see. I'm trying to find one that has like a bunch of different colors in it. That will be good for the next thing I want to explain. Okay, so here's some little icon ones. These are actually like a really old rendition of the old colors because I never updated them in the shop. But so it has a bunch of different colors, right? So, so this would be like an example of this sticker sheet in bright rainbow. And then I also have one, I don't think I actually have one printed, but I have one where it's like a pastel rainbow type colors. So instead of red, it's going to be, oh, here we go. Again, these are like old colors, but here is the color comparison between bright and pastel. So you kind of get the idea of what the different rainbow shades are. So on the back end, essentially I have my 20 main colors, and they each have like a lighter complementary color that gets used if I ever need like a lighter accent color. So this would be, the purple is part of the 20, and then this is actually like purple's accent color that isn't technically available as a color, but on the back end I have to have it. I'm trying not to get too much into the weeds, but I have to explain this to try to explain what I need to explain. So, all right, now that I've explained that, so it took me, I don't know, it was way too long. It took me way too long to match colors to the Erin Condren Colorful. And so these were the new colors that I came up with to replace the other ones that I had. I don't know if I had swatches like these for the old ones. This was part of my research. So anyway, these are the new colors, but I need to come up with like the lighter, like complementary, like the lighter accent version of the color. So I don't know, that might be fun to do on stream sometime while I'm just like working in the background and chatting with you guys. That actually also helps me work, incidentally. I have a really hard time getting started, but I can do things like this where it's not necessarily super like brain intensive while I'm talking, and it actually helps me get a lot done. And let me just, since I have them out, so this is one of my functional samplers. It is, here, let me, so you can actually see. Whoa, there we go. Okay, so eventually I would like to do a version that isn't necessarily sized specifically for Erin Condren Vertical. That way it can be used in other smaller planners like 𝗚𝗏𝘁, 𝗀𝗏𝑝𝗠𝗏, other things like that. But I offer like that same kind of functional sticker sheet in a bunch of different colors. All 20, in fact. I have little headers. Not sure if this exact sheet is up in the shop, but these are sized exactly with the like same curve that Erin Condren has, so that you keep all of that design motif. I have like 𝕚𝕚𝕚𝕚 stickers. I do glossy and matte. A lot of these that I'm showing you are matte. Just because that happens to be what I'm pulling from my stock. A lot of the stickers end up, I'm showing you all these stickers, a lot of the stickers end up being print to order. What happens is I get 2 sheets of stickers out of 1 sheet of paper. And so if people order an odd number of sheets of stickers, usually they just order 1, but sometimes people order 3 or 5 or something. Then I end up with an extra sheet of stickers and it goes in my stock. So I'll just take out the whole thing. Why not? I'm having fun here. Let me know if you get bored. So this is my functional other pile. I don't have like a different section for each of each sticker sheet. Some of them, if they're popular enough, sometimes they'll get their own sections, sometimes they don't. Charlotte's asking, do you intro videos for your stickers? I feel like I might have done some Plan With Me's way back in the day with some of my kits. I do want to start doing more Plan With Me's with my sticker kits. I've been doing some new ones. I also have a sticker subscription box. That actually is not available on Etsy. That's available on Cratejoy, but there is a link in the description box down below for that as well. There's also coupon codes for both of those if that's something you're interested in. I actually don't sell a lot of kits on Etsy, but on Cratejoy, the kits are like kind of the main thing. And then I also offer an option with functional sticker sheets. So Ackman's asking, I know that other Etsy sheets sell the mistakes. Do you, or have you thought about doing that? I do. I think it's only one listing that's up right now. It says oops on it. And let me show you my reject pile because it's getting a little embarrassing. And these are the ones that weren't so bad that I just had to throw them away. I try to save it as long as most of the stickers are salvageable, or sometimes it's a case like this where, I'm not sure if you can see that, my printer messed up a little bit. So the stickers themselves are actually not impacted, but I didn't feel comfortable selling it at full price. So currently the way I do it is I sell them, I think you can either buy 5 or 10 sheets. And I've been thinking about doing probably not listings for like specific sheets of stickers, but like specific themes. So for instance, like, you know, functional samplers or something like that. Or I released Pride Hearts a couple years ago and they went crazy. So now I have a lot of those. And so I end up with a fair amount of those as rejects. What was wrong with this one? Oh, it was just cut a little bit more off than I wanted. Half boxes. So I've been kind of debating doing a thing where that it's not completely luck of the draw, but it's you can at least say a little bit about what you want. That way you can make sure that it's at least something that you're more likely to use, I guess. Site says low stock. Are you talking about the glitch stickers? I have been wanting to change it to like imperfect stickers or something like that, because I think that might sound better. I mean, it's like glitch, oops, imperfect. But to me, they're kind of all the same thing. I also might have limited that one to a certain number just to make sure I didn't get so many sales that I ran out of glitch things. 8 in stock. Okay, I have more than 8 in stock because literally when someone orders, I pull from it. I go to the bin and I see whether they ordered 5 or 10 sheets and I pull a variety. So let me go ahead and update that to how many I actually, well, not how many I actually have, but I could easily get 20 out of there. All right, updated. And then additionally, I can't make any promises, but if there are any specific kinds of planner stickers that you guys want, let me know and I will see what I can do as far as making them goes. Here, let me show you. So here, one of my biggest stacks, functional icon. So these have been doing pretty well. These are glossy, so we might get a little bit of a glare. Little garbage and recycling bins. And then I also offer sheets that are just garbage or just recycling. So yeah, those do pretty well. What else? We have little kawaii cleaning bottles. I'm just pulling random stuff right now. Running shoes for workouts. And then, as I said, I have a few kits up on the Etsy shop. They are not, I'm not currently up to date with all the kits I've designed. I'll just pull a couple others. Little grocery bags. I have yoga mats and little meditation ones. I have some script stickers. So anyway, if you want to check out my Etsy shop or my planner sticker subscription, feel free to do that. That supports me, it supports the channel, and you get some stickers. Yay! Win-win for everybody. If not, if you don't want to, then that's fine too. I will still look into setting up Super Chat in case people would rather do that. I know some people either don't want stickers or would just, you know, if you want to stay on YouTube or whatever, like, so that's always available as well. But I do have to look into that and actually getting it set up. So, yeah. All right, I've not been keeping up with the chat. I love the stickers for the Erin Condren dashboard. When you're talking about the stickers, are you talking about like the sticky notes or like actual stickers? I just stopped looking at your Christmas ones. That's my favorite time of year. That's adorable. So the funny thing is that I didn't get a lot up for Christmas this year. That's like, I need to up my Christmas game, and I love that you're like, I have to stop looking at it. Love sticker books like the Erin Condren monthly sticker books. Yeah, they have some really cute stickers at Erin Condren. So yeah, we looked at some of those on Thursday, I think. So if you missed that, you can definitely go back and look at it. But I got some pictures from one of my affiliate friends, and she took a picture of like each page in it. So we got to see all of them. Very cool. Good night, Sharon. I hope you have a good night, and I hope to see you tomorrow for the live shop with me. If not, then I guess I won't. But yeah, I hope you have a good time shopping as well. That's adorable. I love it. I might have to steal it. I could make a slightly bigger sticker, like a 2 or 3 inch sticker that says that, if you let me steal it. I think that's adorable. Let's see. My Etsy cart is filled to the max with sticker kits. Yes, my Etsy cart usually ends up being quite full as well. Crystal saying, I'm gonna stop highlighting stuff if I'm just like responding to it real fast, I think. Crystal saying, in terms of stickers, it would be nice to have a box to cover the blank space on the A5 compact vertical. I agree. Part of the reason why I want to get it is so I can make one and make sure it fits. I have heard of some people on Etsy making kits based on measurements available online. That's never something I've personally been comfortable with, because whenever I've tried making sticker kits for a new type of planner or a new spread or something like that, there are always places where it's just like minutely off, and maybe it's just me being picky, but I don't want it to be minutely off. I feel like if I bought something and I'd be disappointed because it was a little off, then I shouldn't offer a product to other people. And so I should make sure that I'm offering that is like, I mean, you might have a little bit off here and there because it's handmade, but I don't want it to be off because the measurement's off. Does that make sense? That's part of the reason why I never released any stickers for the monthly dashboards, because I don't know what it was. I could just never get them sized quite right. So I have the file and I use it occasionally for myself, but I don't sell it because I just couldn't get it right. So, you ever start shopping and you want and know what you want and then change your mind at the last minute? Yes. Oh my God. Every single time. Every single time. I'm going to be waffling all over the place tomorrow, and I'm still probably going to have come up with a little bit of a list ahead of time. I have a little bit of a list in my head. The other thing is, in the past, I have done shop with me's, but I've always pre-filmed them. And so I've always felt that I've had to be a lot more on it, I guess, with pre-filming, because I don't like, editing videos. I've mentioned this before. I've been on YouTube on and off for several years. I actually think I posted my first YouTube video in like 2010 or something like that on a completely different channel. But so technically I've been on and off YouTube for over 10 years, but editing was always the part of the process that I just was not a huge fan of. And when I stopped posting regular videos on YouTube, it was the editing and uploading process that I didn't like. I liked the filming. I liked the connecting with people. I did not like the editing. And then after that, I had to wait a long time for the upload to happen. Like that's like an hour or two. I couldn't use my computer. Anyway, did not like that. So for the longest time, I didn't think I could really stream because of internet speed issues. But I decided to give it a shot a couple months ago, and it turned out to work. And as I said, the streaming fixes a lot of those issues because I don't have to worry about the editing and the upload. I just get to chat with you guys and do the filming part and the fun part, and I don't have to do a lot of the not fun parts. I still have a little bit of a battle going with thumbnails. That is, like, I know what I'm going to do for upcoming streams, but I won't announce them because I don't have thumbnails ready for them. So what I think I'm going to do is at some point, I'm either going to design a set of thumbnails or I'm going to pay somebody else to design them that are effectively like template thumbnails that I can like go change a little bit of text on or something like that. But effectively, the idea is that I can have a thumbnail ready in like 5 minutes or less. That way I can just like throw it up there because as I said, like I know what a lot of my streams are going to be ahead of time. I know that after tomorrow going forward, basically Monday is going to be planner news day. And so if I can't come up with enough Erin Condren news, we'll figure out what we're going to do because I don't think I'm going to say it's just Erin Condren news day specifically. I don't know what I'm going to call that, by the way. I have my sister on it. She's getting over COVID. And I'm like, but she's feeling like she's not well enough to go back to work, but she's well enough to not be completely miserable. So I'm like, hey, if you want to help me out, you tend to be very good. A title. So she's going to either come up with something cute, funny, or punny. That's what I asked her for. And then after that, we can see about Thursday. So the plan is to stream Mondays and Thursdays at 2:30 p.m. Pacific. And then, as I said, like, I'll try to have like pre-made thumbnails ahead of time or something like that. That way I can just like put 5 minutes into it, update the stream. That's more of a back end thing on my part. But even though I can make thumbnails, sometimes I'm into it and sometimes I'm not. Good night, 𝗚𝗏𝘜𝗠𝗡. You have your alarm set for 4 a.m. I don't blame you. If I wasn't going to bed at like 2 or 3 a.m., I probably would have my alarm set for 4 a.m. as well to look out for the planners. I also, for a while, did the 6 a.m. shift at work. So I just set my alarm. I actually probably set my alarm for 5 a.m. then because I definitely did, like, perfected the whole roll out of bed and get out the door in 20 minutes thing. Wish the compact vertical would come in 7x9. That's the only thing I'm waffling on. That's really interesting. So because the compact vertical does not come in 7x9, is it just the fact, like the way the days are laid out on the page? Is it the lines? Like what part of that makes it better than, I think I decided to call it the classic vertical layout from Erin Condren, because as I've discussed many a time, I am the opposite, where I really like the classic vertical and I'm not as much of a fan of the compact vertical. I think I might be able to make it work. I love the idea that it's smaller, but yeah, I'm curious to hear like why you want that layout in the 7x9. Hope that makes sense. Hope to have my order in before I go to work on Monday and then not have to rush when I get home. There was definitely one year that I legitimately placed my Erin Condren order during lunch at work. Okay, so you're saying that you like the you like it kind of like as a day, like almost a hybrid between daily and weekly. That's interesting. Yeah. I have seen people use stickers or washi tape in the Erin Condren Classic vertical to make it like kind of like an hourly, or you could use stickers to kind of separate it out in different ways that you want. But then of course you would have to keep buying the stickers. And I will say, as much as I love sticker planning, it can be a little bit of an expensive hobby. Just saying. So I've been trying to wean myself off of like using a kit every single week. It's a little bit more of a special event now than a regular occurrence. Okay, so you're saying you need a little bit more room with the lists, and the monthly view and the 7x9 would be perfect. Okay. Very, very cool. I love hearing everybody's different thoughts and opinions about what is going on. Especially Lynn saying she's probably not going to sleep tonight because you're too excited. Yeah, me, if the planners get released before I go to bed, I'll be able to sleep. If they don't, I won't. Because I'll be like waking up all the time trying to, and like checking my phone. Is it available? Is it available? So I'm hoping they come out really late at night so that I can know they're available and get to sleep. It's so funny because I've already scheduled my shop with me, but at the same time, I'm like so excited, and I'm like, I'll put a community post up saying when they're available so you guys don't have to keep checking like me. And, you know, if I'm functioning somewhat, I plan to go live, though I don't have a thumbnail for that yet, so that might be thumbnail-less. We'll see. But I don't know. And then I'm shopping at 2 p.m. Pacific tomorrow, so it's not, like, all I have to do is be up and functional for that. Honestly, usually I try to do my hair for, like, the Monday and Thursday streams a little bit. Today was, like, an impromptu casual one, so I was like, well, whatever. It was already thrown up in a bun. I don't really care, but honestly, looking at me in the viewfinder, I don't think I look that bad. I might just do this again tomorrow. Be lazy. There was a reason I used to call myself the lazy planner addict. Now, I don't like that for kind of other reasons, but anyway. See, I do know for sure what I will not be ordering, not the ring agenda or binder. Those are way too big, and not being able to bend in half. Yeah, I agree. I really like the coil. The only reason why I might end up going for the compact vertical ring agenda is because I can get just the inserts because I already have the ring agenda, and I don't think I'm going to end up using that one as my main planner. So if I can save more than $5 or $10, or even if I can only save $5 going that way versus the coiled version, I might do that. We'll see. The funny thing with these, with the ring agenda, because I have this, and obviously I never put it in last year. The agenda itself is actually very flexible from Erin Condren. So in theory, you could, oh, I have it totally upside down, but it's still flexible. In theory, you could keep the right-hand pages in, or no, wait a little bit of it. You could keep just the pages on the side that you were doing in, is what I meant. Then you have to like keep switching pages out all the time, and then having it in here versus just on the table as a sheet of paper might not be good. So I don't know. That started out as a good option and then very much not. Let's see. You can get your hair cut short. I do not like my hair short. I've tried it. My chin is as short as I will go, I have decided. Funny enough, I mean, I think it's because I can put my hair in a ponytail or a bun, but if it's any shorter than my chin, or really my shoulders, I can't put it up, and therefore I have to do it every day. So, Anyway. Oh my God, I'm so jealous, 𝗬𝕗𝘁. Talking about the rings being in there. That is a good point. The rings do kind of get in the way. Luckily, for the most part, I end up using my planner on my desk and I don't end up bringing it with me. So I have a lot of leeway about it, like moving it around to write in it. But I also, my desk gets messy enough as it is. I don't like my planner taking up more desk real estate than possible, which is why I liked the idea of the A5, but I'm not sure if the compact vertical is going to work for me, so I might just have to stick with the 7x9. We'll see. I usually end up getting a rose gold coil. I was like, oh, should I get the rose gold? Should I just get the platinum? And I usually end up springing for the rose gold. And I'm like, was this really worth $10? But then it's pretty. I am starting to fade though, guys. I know I've been in here about 2 hours. Eventually, I will get my endurance up and I will get used to streaming for longer periods of time. There are like professional streamers on Twitch that stream for like 6-8 hours a day, which is crazy. But right now I am not there. I'm not sure if you can tell, but internally I've felt like my energy is like starting to go down. And especially if I end up, you know, having to throw something together at like 2 a.m. for the launch because it goes live. We'll see how I feel. Usually I get my second win around 9 or 10 p.m. and I have to make myself go to sleep at like 2 instead of staying up until 5 or 6 like my body wants to. But anyway, I am starting to fade. I'm starting to get hungry and we've been here for about 2 hours. So I am going to let you guys go. Please give this stream/replay/video a thumbs up if you haven't already. It helps out a lot. And then keep an eye out for tomorrow's Shop With Me, 2:30 p.m. Pacific. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna try to start. I'm gonna work on not having such wordy outros. So, in the vein of not having such wordy outros, goodbye, everybody.